Good morning, boys and girls. Sorry for that. Hey, this time, actually, my steam tip on my coffee machine was not working very well. So I had to undo it all, unscrew it all, fix it up. Anyway, excuses, but I'm here. Good morning, everybody. Well, it looks like I haven't missed much in terms of trading. We have rocketed up. I mean, the best kind of setups I see today were from the earlier previous day value area high, overnight point of control, and that's it, man. We've just been shooting up since 11:40 a.m. So in terms of trade setups, what we have here, we have only B ranked things to go up here. We've got shelf of high volume here for potential support, and that's about it. We have nothing, absolutely nothing else. So we'll see how we go with this. We'll see how we go. I mean, I'm not keen to jump in right now. I'm not feeling that, just not feeling jumping in at that point today. So I'm not going to take any trades up at this highs along this shelf, especially end of day. So we'll wait to see how this develops, see where this goes, up/down. Maybe an end of day little pullback might be nice, but other than that, let's not rush into things there. Never a good idea to do that. But other than that, man, the morning session had a few good setups. If we look in hindsight, we have some from here. I cannot wait. I will be doing morning sessions again very, very soon. Very, very soon. I'm currently in New Zealand. I'm going to be moving to Adelaide, Australia, South Australia. And over there, I will be able to stream the New York Open every day, every single day. So we'll be able to actually trade that morning session where majority of the good setups happen. There are good setups in the afternoon, but I miss, man, doing that 1 week, 2 weeks over there doing the morning session has just been fantastic. And whenever I'm looking in hindsight for the members of the school group in the course and whatnot, and I'm looking at these setups that happen in the morning setups are just so good and so clean, and you can catch such monster moves, not just once, but multiple times. Whereas in the afternoon, there's normally one monster move to catch. Normally, sometimes none. So I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, we had setups in the morning from the previous day value high. There's the profile at the time of that trade. It's not yet been half an hour from that one, but a C rank trade off the previous day value high, pulling back towards the overnight levels. Overnight value high and overnight point of control was stacked, so it makes it a bit harder, fairly stacked, and not many confluences on the profile there, so that wouldn't be a valid trade other than a B rank, but only with 2 stacked levels, so the entry would be tough on that. The break and retest, however, perfect. Point of control, the current session stacked up with those 1, 2 value levels. Good, really nice. Pullback, boom, breakaway. And then it did that again here, which became value area low, pullback, boom, breakaway. And then again on that last one, pull down to value area low, pullback, breakaway to the highs. So a few setups in the morning, and then in the as we got to the late morning, lunchtime, break away from current session value high, pullback, retest, current session value high and previous day value high, and that's where you got your support for the push above the value highs. So some really, really good setups. Again, similar thing here, less clean, retested value high, but a bit of drawdown if you were to enter right off that. About 4.5 points. That was the last clean setup before it's just been pushing up for the rest of the afternoon here. So pretty good, really good day for setups there for you guys in the morning session. Really nice. Really, really nice. And for now, this is all I see. There's nothing else here but a high volume shelf. I'm not going to take that trade personally, but that's all there is for now. So, I mean, in terms of things that I might trade, I would trade a deeper pullback. I just don't want to trade so far up here with only one high volume node. I'll take a deeper trade back down to this cluster of volume. See that shelf right on the edge here? There's no significant high volume node across this distribution here at the moment. So I would be trading the shelf further down, closer to the value high of the current session. Again, that would be a C rank trade, but waiting for a better, deeper pullback to want to go long, if there is one. Otherwise, this would be like a very high premium chasing type trade, which they obviously can work out, but it's just not one I feel like taking this morning. So yeah, man, that's it. Good morning, everybody. How are we sitting? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Yes, looking forward to it. May need to get your course. Yes, Hugo. Yes, man, looking forward to it. Adelaide is my dream city. Currently live in the UK, but one day I want to move there. It's a beautiful place, Pi. Beautiful place. I had not been there before. It's the first time I went there a couple of weeks back to scope it out. Marco, yes, can you go over 10-10 again? Thought we had 3XA setups. 10-10, 10-10, 10-10 might have been an A setup. Let's have a look. 10-10. 10-10 is one. Not quite, Marco, because actually, no, you know, it isn't. Let me have a look. 1, 2, 3, 3. Now, you know what? Actually, Marco, you are right in hindsight. That is considered an A setup. The three confluences are, value area low, overnight value high, overnight point of control. Yeah, excuse me, man. I'm like just rolling out of bed. So let the brain wake up. But you're right. That is an A setup there. A setup. A setup. A setup. A setup. Every test of this level here was an A setup, including that first one. Correct. Excuse me. Excuse my my slow morning mind here. Started using volume profile a few weeks ago. A game changer, especially in the Asian. Yes, Trader MJ, glad to hear. Yes, it works fantastic in the Asia session too. Muhammad, don't like one-to-one trades. Fair enough. One-to-one trades are a game changer for most retail traders because that win rate starts to increase. It's great for your psychology, but I get it. I absolutely get it. I get not liking them. I like one-to-one and negative R most of the time. It's my favorite. The shelves by themselves are C. Yes, correct. NQ established a range after a strong climb. Would you trade the developing POC when it has the previous day value area highs? Confluence support in this case? Yes, correct. I sure would. The only time I'd like to avoid a developing POC is if it's overlapping with another POC. It can be noisy, or if it's on its own, a POC. A lot of people try and trade the POC by itself with no other confluence, and that just is recipe for pain. But if you're using it in line with other confluences, in this case, like you said, a previous day value high, it's very valid and a decent setup. Do you think there's plenty of liquidity to be taken above the previous highs? Yes. Oh, Gabriel, Puyu, great. Gabriel, yes, please, can you message me again? Sorry, on the giveaways, I always get a bunch of messages from people asking for things, and I sometimes lose the actual giveaway winners. So can you please message me again and put yourself to the top of that list? Jess Trades OF, good morning, man. Afternoon here. Yes, cheers. Lion, good morning. Sean C, good morning. Can you help me for my risk leverage on a B, and C setups? Trade micros. Sean C, yeah, how much do you risk per day? So for example, you want to risk 1/10 of your max drawdown is a safe kind of level to use of risk on your evals and fundeds. It's very safe. It's not very aggressive, so you won't make a lot of money this way, but you'll keep the account and be able to build it up nicely. If you're trading a 50K account, your max drawdown is, $2,000, then risk $200 max per day. So an A setup would be risking $200, a B setup would be risking $100, a C setup would be risking $50. Eric, yes, good morning, man. Welcome to the channel. Yes, Eric, I have a volume profile trading course linked in the description at camicapital.com. And all taught A to Z. 3A setups in the morning, Diego. Yes. Really nice. Yeah, we might get something decent here towards the end of the day. If we get a pullback, like I said, I don't mind C-rank trades. There's just certain times where I don't want to take them. Like, I don't mind trading all-time highs if I'm feeling like I'm really wanting to get in here. I'm on a really good streak on my TPT funded accounts. So I'm not keen to like take any unnecessary risks. I want to get in some nice, decent setups. A C rank setup can be decent with the right context. This one here, actually, in hindsight, won, but it's not one that I want to take. Support found at the shelf almost perfectly and is pushed up 4 and a bit points. I'd be aiming at 5, so I wouldn't have hit take profit yet. But I'd rather go for the higher risk to reward opportunities, which would be, in this case, I'd prefer a pullback down below towards this value high and volume shelf, the current value area high and the shelf of volume, and look for a bounce off that, potentially back to this node, and see what happens. That would be my preferred setup there, which you may get end of day when you've been in trend since the morning, late morning. The good thing about the power hour sessions or the end of day sessions is you often can get your end of day pullback. Not full on reversal, but a nice decent pullback end of day. And then normally you'll find around MOC is where that trend continues, getting a nice quick spike back up. So we'll see what happens today. I thought you normally risk 1K on a 50K account per trade. Fina, on a 50K account, I'm risking about $500-600 personally. Mine are 1 to 1.2K on a 150K account. On a 50K account, I trade them super aggressive because they're cheap. So I go $500-600 each, or just full port, to be honest. Daz Jan, you sweet talker. Do you have micro or minis? I have minis, always minis. We never have micros here. We never have a micro, only a mini. Do I trade the same amount of contracts across a B and C? No, different contracts, Sean. So you want to cut your leverage for B and C trades. Cut them down. But it's a totally personal choice, Sean. So it's just an example, right? But the idea is that you decide on a max risk per day, whatever that is for you. If that's, if that's conservative and sensible, it'll be 1/10 of your drawdown. If it's, you want to pass a bit quicker, it'll be a bit more. But the whole thing is cut your leverage to risk a lesser dollar amount for B and C trades, because B and C trades are less likely to work out. Less confluences mean less reason for the market to do something at a particular level. Hence why A-rank setups get all of your risk, because they are more likely to work out because you have more confluences. Oh, got you, Gabriel. Okay, Gabriel, can you put your Instagram name in the chat and I will write it down on my notes and I will find you. I will absolutely find you. Marco, they all wrecked us. Hey, man, the only trade from the morning that I can see that would have been a wrecker would be that first one. This one here, because you had 3 confluences on that. 1, 2, 3 value low, plus those 2 value levels, and it pulled straight down. But every other trade after that, the breakaway, boom, 1, 2, 3, that's perfect. Only a few ticks drawdown. This one, perfect, boom. And this one, perfect. Well, a little bit more drawdown, but if you're using at least a 5-point stop, like I say in the school group, New York morning session, you should avoid using 3-pointers unless the volatility is really low. But yeah, all the other ones are great. And the value high as well, actually. That's a nice fade. Of course, I'm saying this in hindsight, but the only one I can see will be a wrecker or a for sure loss is that first one pushing down into the overnight levels. Where even with three confluences, you had a fair square loss. Unless your stop loss was greater than 10 points, that first one would be a loss. Then you got win, win. Even if you got a bad entry on those, win and win. But I will review the school group after this stream, and I will give my feedback for anyone sharing their trades. You mentioned previously you trade aggressive with evals. How do you trade when you pass? Do you trade aggressive until you pass the safety net? XM Salinas, I trade evals super aggressive, yes. When I get to the funded stage, I trade conservative until I pass the buffer. Once I pass the buffer, then it's balls to the wall. To a certain extent, I'm not going crazy trying to push those funded accounts because obviously you want to keep them for, you maximize the chance of payout. No worries, Lee. Yeah, MES versus ES1. I honestly gotta make a module to clarify that because it's a very common question. So yes, to clarify, if you're trading the micro E-mini, your levels are going to be different, your value levels, because the micro E-mini, although is a very similar product to the E-mini, has a totally different set of participants and a different set of volume. It has its own volume. So it's not going to be the same value levels or point of control, etc., as the E-mini because it's different people playing in that market. Although it is a similar product and does, have a similar movement to the E-mini, it is a complete different set of people playing that game. So different orders, different transactions, different volume. Drishya, long time no see. Wow, Drishya, man, back from the old ICT days. Good morning, man. On those morning A setups, would you be entering at the overnights or the current value? Aviation name, that's the thing, that's the discretionary part, is because the zones are stacked right there and you got a bit of a range between. As I've shown in previous streams, it's just a matter of getting your entry in that zone. So for me, what I do is I watch price as it pulls down into those areas, and then I'll have my limit order, which I drag around depending where I want to get my entry at the time. So I'll watch price pull into these areas, and watching the DOM or watching the price ladder, I'll throw my order in there as it approaches and is down into the zone. So no hard and fast rule. No hard and fast rule. It's just as soon as price taps into these areas, you'd want to look to start getting your entry. And it also depends how much of a stop loss you want. Like I could probably get away with entering off the first tap of that level with a 5-point stop. And that would have been fine for 1, 2, 3, all three of the next setups. Not the first one, that would have been stopped out no matter where my stop would have been. But the next 1, 2, 3 setups, first tap, worst case, 5-point stop, 5-point take profit initially would have been my choice of entry. One thing I have been doing and encouraging lately to members of the school group is if you're uncertain of where you want to enter, say you've got an A ranked setup down here, but you've got stacked levels and you're not sure which one to enter off, when price comes down, the first tap, add one contract. As it digs down deeper, maybe it taps the current session value low, add a second contract. And if it taps right down to the overnight point of control, add that third contract. So you've gone 1, 2, 3. Your average position will be mid of the range. And then you've managed to get a more favorable position with a triple confluence trade. So that's one way to approach that. And it's something I sometimes do as well. Yesterday I did that on stream as well for the trade I took fading the weekly levels. Hoister, what's up, man? How do you find the prior week levels if you don't chart them first thing on Monday? I noticed TradingView doesn't go back the most recent Sunday. Thrill Chase, I've got that pro plan or whatever you call, so it goes back just enough. The other thing you can do is change to a 15-minute chart to mark out the weekly level, but then drop down to the 1 minute to grab the actual value levels. So you could go, boom, 15, pull right back to the beginning, the previous week, place that weekly profile on, drag it right across to your current week, drop down to the 1 minute, and then look where those value levels are, and then place the lines down. That way it's just a bit quicker. Thrill Chaser, $500 away from passing a 50K combine because I found your channel. Yes. Cal, awesome. Congrats. That's so good to hear. So good to hear. I hope you pass that very soon. Shit, man, now my chart's broken. Malik, I'm going to go on a runner and go crazy. Yes, sir. Any reason you prefer FRVP to SVP? I prefer only using the built-in indicator versus the third-party indicators. Ah, what the shit? Nothing's loading now. Let's try this. Let's try switching charts. Oh no, I've busted TradingView. I've busted it. Hold on. Let me fix it. Let me fix. It's totally busted now. One memento. Lion, I took those setups and took profit at the highs each time. Yes. Good. They were good setups. There we are. There we are. We fixed. Hold on. Window capture, TradingView. Yes. Yeah, good setups. Really good setups. Shoots and Roots, what's up, man? Been playing around with the daily, weekly expected moves. They seem really powerful from what I can see, not alone by themselves, but just a good reference where price may be expected to go. Yes, correct. Correct. Yeah, you always got to add those higher time frame things, those weekly levels. Got to add another confluence. The previous day levels, again, most of the time you want an extra confluence, which is your developing profile. But yeah, they're generally pretty good targets and also pretty good areas or zones to expect reversals or support/resistance. Really good. Pre-market touch previous week and overnight levels. Yeah, man. How tall are you, Cami? Take a guess. Take a hot guess. I want to see how tall or short the chat thinks Cami Capital is. I'm interested to see. Do I look tall on camera? Do I look short on camera? Let me know. When is the cutoff for the school increase? I already have the course. Desiman, it's gonna be Sunday. Sunday NZ time. Oh, a couple of fives in there. 5-4 at least. Okay. You guys are pretty close. Only one of you's got it right so far. 5-6, but the money makes you 6-5. Oh no, that makes me I got to sit up straighter. Some of you guys think I'm 5'4" or whatever. With or without heels. Let's say with heels. Rugby guy, no sir, no rugby for me. I have no idea how the game plays. Unfortunately, I'm not a true Kiwi. I had no idea about rugby. No idea. I'm 6'3", so yeah, only one of you guys got it right. Thanks a lot. Thanks for putting me at under 5 foot, at under 6 foot. That just tells me I got to sit up straighter, so you guys can just feel that 6'3" kind of energy through the camera. Expectations for market tomorrow, Grant. For tomorrow, you know, Grant, to be honest, mate, I don't even bother worrying about where it's going tomorrow. I just wait to see where the overnight levels put in, and then after those overnight levels are put in, then I start to make my sort of bias. So what I like to see is on the open, which side of fair value of the overnight session does price hold, and that can determine basically the direction for the day. So like for today, the fact that it held above overnight point of control was clue number one that this thing was going to push above the new value highs. And also I like to see where the developing fair value is compared to the overnight fair value. So if, for example, fair value point of control of the current session develops around overnight point of control, then that would suggest a range. If fair value is in the same place as overnight, that would suggest ranging. If it holds above, it suggests bullish. If it holds below, it suggests bearish. So that's how I sort of determine direction. But I don't hold any expectations into the close of a session, because I just found most of the time it's very hard to get that right for the most part. For AM trading, oh Brad, what's up, Brad? Brad, come on, I gotta get back to you, Brad. That's terrible, eh? For AM trading, do you have a cutoff point as far as time? Obviously, ICT would say be done by 11 on lunch. Nah, Brad, zero reference to time with volume profile trading. The only time I'm not a fan of trading is after 4 p.m. once that volume exits the market. But other than that, for the New York session, all day is good. 9:30 through to 4 is good. Lunchtime is good. 11 p.m. is good. All of it's good. The overnight sessions are all good. Even the 6 p.m. open, right as on the reopen, you can get some of the best first taps of the previous day levels off of the 6 p.m. open. So I don't have any rules around time and when not to trade. Like I said, the only thing is a time I prefer not to trade, and I never trade after 4 p.m. Skull beats. I know. No, we're normally trading in the afternoon, unfortunately. We'll be morning soon. I'll be moving to Australia, and morning sessions will be the daily stream here, which I'm so looking forward to, because that would mean a 10 p.m. or 10:30 p.m. stream for me versus a bloody 7 in the morning stream. I'm not a morning person, as you can tell. I'm late every single session. Unless it's in the AM session, then I'm on time, because that's late at night for me, which I'm a night owl more than a morning person. This morning person is whack. Whack. How do you fit in a Porsche 6'3"? Surprisingly, there's a lot of room in the Porsche. I also just got a Mustang last week, a 2025 Mustang. Never had an American muscle before, but I'm not going to lie, I do enjoy the muscle car more than the Porsche. I know that's a unpopular opinion, but the muscle car, you hop inside the Mustang and you just feel like you are high tea, roid raging, and just the sound of the Mustang. I actually prefer the sound of the Mustang to the Porsche. But yeah, surprisingly, a lot of space inside those cars. Tomorrow is CPI, might not touch my funded fare. Yes, CPI tomorrow, yes. Keegan, good morning, man. ND, very soon. I'm actually purchasing a property in Australia, so I'm just shopping for the right house, and I will be purchasing a house, and once that all settles, then I'll be moving over. So it could be in a month, it could be in 3 months, but the aim is to be there by the start of next year. So yeah, man, it's gonna be soon. It's gonna be real soon. I can't wait. Hoyster bought the course this weekend. Great stuff. Does it come with school, or is that separate? Nice, man. Hope you enjoyed the course, first of all. And the school is separate. It's an additional add-on, monthly add-on. But members of the course are able to get it for, well, it's only open to members of the course. So Derek, is there a lot of extra information in your course compared to the information you provide here in the live streams? Derek, what I'd say about the course is the course just covers things in more specificity. So here in the live streams, you'll catch here and there my approach, right? and I'm happy to explain most things. The course is just structured A to Z, and we'll break down the setups I look for, how to read the profile properly, auction market theory, and just parameters around setting stop loss and take profits, notes on confirmation, this sorts of things. So it's structured A to Z and goes into more detail than what you'll get on the streams. But like I said, I'm not gatekeeping anything. I know not everyone can afford trading courses. Mine is fair price, but I understand not everyone can afford courses. So yeah, the streams, I'm always happy to explain things in the streams when we have time for those that can't afford or, are skeptical. But yes, I always recommend the course if you can, aside from my beneficial interest in that, because it is structured and will take you A to Z and has had fantastic testimonials from people who have taken it. So yeah, as we're up at this highs here, guys, it's just going to be sitting around and waiting until we get some sort of pullback. So keep chatting, keep the chats going. This will be like a radio PM session in the meantime. No, Kirky, South Australia. South Australia. Where do I live now? New Zealand. Chris Amirian, good morning, man. Trey Sargent, do you have the Tech Jump course or do you have the Vol Pro course? They're very similar, but the Vol Pro course is the one with the invite to school. Not saying you have to buy another one, but email me showing that you've purchased the Tech Jump course in the past. And if so, I will send you the link to join the school. It's a additional paid add-on, but yeah. Nice, Sean Z. Fantastic, man. Oh, Tony, who was that? Tony, just got your email now, my friend. Yes. After the stream, that's sitting right there on my phone. I'll send that to you right after the stream. Course is definitely a POC, not a VAH. Course is definitely a fair value, yes. Correct. Would I take an overnight level at the NY Open without any other confluence? Cookinator, yes, I actually do. I do. In context, this is something I teach to the people inside the school group as well, is a C rank trade, so a single confluence trade. You will get better at identifying which ones are going to be winners versus losers with time and building your discretion and your chart experience and seeing, learning the context around trades. Taking C rank trades, single confluence trades, as a beginner to this approach to trading can be more difficult because you have less of an understanding about the context of volume profile and where fair value is shifting. So you're more likely to select unfavorable trading positions when it's a C rank trade. So what I recommend for most newer people is take the A rank trades only to begin with, A ranks or B ranks bare minimum. Trades that have more confluences, more reason for things to happen, because then it's more of a no-brainer as to why that's a good trade setup. Once you get more experience and more confidence, then you'll get better at selecting which C rank trades are better than others. That's why my win rate with C rank trades is going to be higher than a new volume profile traders set of C rank trades, because I'm better at selecting them just based off that intuition, discretionary part of trading that's immeasurable. So that's my recommendation with those types of setups, is avoid them unless you're starting to get good at reading context and building that good intuition, six market sense, which is a real thing, by the way. A lot of retail traders hear that and they go, that's just a BS way of dodging accountability, but it's true. Intuition and discretion is a huge part of retail day trading for those of us that don't trade mechanical strategies, and is part of our edge. Yes, De La Soul price increases on Sunday. Daddy Trader higher tax in Australia? Yes. The tax I'll be paying 6% more in Australia, but there are benefits in other areas and more tax loopholes for me, legal ones. Of course. Okay, Trey Sargent, makes sense. CamiCapital@gmail.com. Please email me. Ivysoft, we use the trading view for the volume profile. However, you can use NinjaTrader as well. Same applies. Yes. Nothing like a good edge. Agreed. We are edge lords over here. Learning and hope not to get emotional and whatnot. Yes. No. What's up? Good morning. No. I remember you talked about the clean reactions of overnight levels. Yes, correct. What's the less shaded areas above and below the highlighted profile? Watching from the UK. Tej, man, what's up? The non-bright areas, the dark areas above and below, these are your value area high and value area low. So the area on the volume profile that's bright green like this is your value area. So that's what we call the 70%, the top 70% of transactions occurred in this range. And it's like a bell curve. And then the upper and lower areas are the top 15%. So transactions happening in premium away from value. So expensive price points. And then the lower 15%. Discount price points. Value area lows, value area highs. So we're currently trading in value area highs and developing value, aka high volume, in the value area highs, which indicates value is shifting higher. So it's like a bullish confirmation seeing this, seeing the value develop in the highs at the value area highs. Well, thank you, Dre. Good to see you, man. Dre Futures. Ifran Sun, the D-shaped profile module for members in the school group is releasing today, this evening. Through chase on my previous week's levels. Yes. There's my previous week's levels. One bam, 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 bam. All down here. Yeah, top floor. I agree. It's very bullish. Very bullish. I don't worry too much about only trying to push in line with the trend because I'm only taking, 3 to 8 point trades at a time. So I'm just scalping back and forth. It's my preference. So I'll trade up and down no matter the bias. But yes, the profiles have been extremely bullish, which is really nice for our investment portfolios, isn't it? If price is above POC, is it wise to seek out shorts or longs? Sure, Shire. So if price is above point of control, the way you will determine if you should, seek longs or shorts, the only time you'd want to seek shorts above point of control is if point of control is also in line with a previous point of control, showing that fair value has not shifted, in which case price is more likely to range. So if that was, say if the point of control of the current session was right in line with another point of control from either the previous day or the overnight session, then you'd be more likely to expect to fade the value highs and lows. So you'd look to be trading value high back down, value low back up, because fair value has not shifted. If fair value point of control has shifted above the previous point of controls, today you can see it's above overnight point of control. It's above previous day point of control. That's bullish, right? Fair value has shifted up once, up twice. So fair value has gone up in 2 sessions, indicating an upwards trend. So in this case, you want to look for continuations of that. So when we broke above previous day value high, you're looking for that retest versus fading back into the range. Enrique, man, thanks for the Vol Pro course. 3 payouts so far. Yes, sir. I love to hear it, man. It's not, like I said yesterday, it's not uncommon. People are learning the volume profile, getting their first ever funded accounts, first ever payouts, or just more payouts. So glad to hear. Row size 1000, Jack T. Here's my settings. Pause and screenshot. Sly recently got funded. I'm already down 2%. Any advice? Slow it down, man. Slow it down. Almost always the case. Slow it down with when you get into a funded account. There's two approaches. I'm going to say them both. What I do if I'm ever in drawdown to an extent where I'm about to lose a funded account, I will actually go in full port and just try and make it all back. If I'm in drawdown, there's no point trying to climb out of drawdown, spending a long time to climbing out of drawdown in those cases. However, if you're just in a regular type of drawdown, I don't know what you mean by 2%. You mean, are you halfway to your max drawdown? If so, just trade it normally, but slow it down and try and build that back. If I'm close to max loss on a funded account, instead of spending time trying to make it back and claw out a drawdown, don't have time for that, I go in more aggressive, either make it back or blow it and then just start fresh. That's my personal approach, not financial advice. Cayman, good morning, man. How come there's only one price level at a time on the DOM? Oh, Cayman. This is I signed into my Apex accounts first, which don't have level 2 data. So yeah, that's why there's only one price level. If you have level 2 data plugged in, you're going to have all your levels on the DOM, which is better. I just signed into my Apex first, and I haven't bought level 2 data on my Apex account. So yep, unfortunately sitting here with a newbie single level DOM. Do I have a proven track record or any way to track your growth? Yes, Chakra, of course I do. But, I have, you can look through my YouTube channel for my payout histories. And this doesn't share all my payouts, but we got payout history. We got making 10K in a month. We got making 10K in a week. We got multiple payout videos. I don't share, I have no interest in sharing my monthly, this is my performance every single month because, well, I'm not trying to prove anything to anyone anymore. In the beginning I was, but I don't need to anymore. Been well and proven. And I trade live, so you can see, does this guy's stuff work or does it not? You can see it live. And my live sessions are all recorded and up to watch, so nothing to hide. But yes, I don't believe in sharing my income every month from my personal account. That's always been something that bothered me in the trading space is I think, yes, you should vet influencers and, especially if they're not willing to trade live. I'll take all my executions live, all my trades live. I'm not scared of that because I know what I do works. I'm confident in it. So I'm happy to back up what I do by trading live. I'm less comfortable sharing my monthly income because I make a lot of money. Not just from trading, obviously. I'll always be open about that. I make a lot from being an influencer as well. Affiliate deals, courses, it's all a good business. It's good business for sure. But I make a lot from all my income sources. So yeah, the way I like to prove myself, although I don't need to, is by trading live. I'm not ashamed, not scared to trade live and show, hey man, I know what I'm talking about. I'll execute live. I'll show you my trades live, no problem, because I know I'm a winner. I know I'm profitable. I can show that live, no problem. And I'm not afraid to lose live either. I don't agree with trading influencers having to show their monthly income, monthly statements, unless they're not willing to show anything else. If they're not showing payouts, they're not showing live trading, then yes, they should probably show something to prove they know what they're talking about. The other thing that I like to show as well is hey, the people that have learned from me, are they finding success? And you can see in my comments in the live chat, etc., or soon to be a testimonials page I'm putting up. People who take the course, learn the stuff that I do, my strategy, my approach, are taking payouts and getting funded for the first time ever. So I've got that as well. But I'm not comfortable sharing monthly statements and whatnot because I do make a lot of money, and it's generally not a good idea to share your monthly income month over month. That's when people start come knocking for handouts, and it's when you start to become a target for crime. And I've been a target for both crime and handouts from people I would never have expected to come begging for money or start to act passive aggressive. And it is a cliche, but I've lost some decent friends and family, close family, over newfound financial success. So it is a shame. It is a real shame. But yeah, man, if there's ever a day I stop trading live and I refuse to trade live again, of course I have periods where I stop streaming because I'm busy. But if there's ever a day I start to hide my positions, then you should start asking questions. But I will always be happy to trade live. I'm confident in what I do. Always. Always, always. How do I work in trading my personal accounts alongside the funded accounts? River, so what I generally do is I trade multiple sessions in the day. I trade my personal account generally during the overnight sessions while I'm sitting at my desk here doing work on my business. I'll have my charts open and I'll watch for a trade for the overnight session and I'll catch that. Then my funded accounts I'm trading during the New York session, so either in the PM or the AM or in the pre-market if I'm up late enough. So yeah, personal I do overnight or London, Asian or London, and then funded accounts New York. You can catch both overnight and RTH session, at least a portion of RTH. If you trade Asia, is all the levels still the same as the levels plotted for New York? Yes. Correct, Kimmy. Yes, Daddy Trader. Both cars are all three cars are coming to Australia. Maybe I might sell the Porsche. I am I'm considering. I don't actually drive the Porsche that often. It was just a bucket list item. I might sell that. And also the Porsche is bloody, I can afford it, but it's expensive to upkeep. I just don't, taking the Porsche for its service, get quoted here in New Zealand, 13 grand for, for a service. Nothing wrong with it necessarily. It's just, yeah, it gets up there. That's just not worth it to me for a car I don't drive too often. I honestly drive my truck more than anything else. But if I'm going to the gym or something or going to the cafe, I'll take one of the sporty cars out. But man, my favorite thing to drive is the truck for sure. Grant Michael Bryant. No, I've not been on Trader Nick's channel. I'm familiar with Trader Nick, but I've not been on his channel. Oh, thank you, Trey. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Oh, I know, Lee. Even it's a shame, isn't it? Money changes people in some very, very just sad ways. Sad ways. It's people you don't expect as well. So very sad. No worries, Troy. I was very colorful today in school. I look forward to seeing it, Troy. I'll be checking in on the school post after the stream. Take care, man. Sell the Porsche and get a GT3 RS. Malik, I feel like I've checked the box on Porsches. Yes, Louis, I actually have considered the GTR, so we'll see. Maybe GTR will be next after the Porsche. GTR and In terms of Europe cars, probably the next Euro car I want is a bit more expensive, so it'll be a bit later. But I really, really would like a Ferrari Pista. But again, these are just like bucket list things I want to experience in my life, and I'll probably sell that thing within a few months. New giveaway idea: TPT, Apex, Corse, or Porsche. Yeah, no trading talk here today. Our securities not today. There's been 0 setups today so far in this PM session. Look at this, man. Who's trading this? Who's trading this? Since I started streaming, we got all this shit. I mean, there's a few bounces off high volume nodes, but that's nothing more than a slot pull right there. Hopefully we get something towards the close here. It's already 3:30. 3:30. I'm waiting for a pullback towards this area down here. I'll certainly take a trade if it pulls back towards that value high. It's a C rank trade, but I'll certainly take it. Yeah, it looks decent. I'd go in with a smaller risk profile, but I'd take it. Yeah, through chaser. I'll playbook the morning trades. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, Lee. Ford Raptor R. That's a great truck. I just swapped out my Raptor for a Ram, the new Ram. It doesn't have the V8 though. But only because here in New Zealand, the Raptors are really small. But the Raptor R, you guys in the States or wherever you are, Lee, the Raptor R, I'm pretty sure that's as big as the Rams are. But here in New Zealand, our Raptors is really small. I just needed more space inside the cab. But I do miss it. The Raptors, that's such a great truck. Truth be told, the trucks are my wife's cars. I got the trucks for my wife. She's a truck gal. And she wanted a Ram more than a Raptor, so we swapped it out. But I do miss the Raptor. I do miss it. It was just small. I wish they had the big ones here in New Zealand. Great truck, man. That Raptor R is a sexy truck. Yes, Mohammed, if you buy the course, then you get the optional add-on to join the community. Okay, hopefully we get a breakthrough. That POC is now shifted higher. If we get a breakthrough back down here, I'm looking at this shelf of volume across here at 6775. Maybe we might get a setup here shortly. Let me just have a look at something. Let me start to scope this out in case we do. Please do not copy trade. This is a C rank trade. It's a lower probability. However, I'm willing to take it because I like it. 14 ticks. I'm not taking it right now, but I'm kind of looking across this area down here at the shelf of volume. See, you got your low volume gap here, and then the volume again begins, the edge of volume begins across 775. So decent area for potential support looking across there. That's a decent one, yeah. V12, yeah, Superfast is cool too. The V12 Superfast, I'm a fan of that. I do like Porsche, Jolly. I do. I just don't drive it too often. I loved the Porsche when I first got it, but I like the Mustang better. Not gonna lie. I get more of a thrill from the American muscle. And it sounds so nice, man. That Mustang V8 is a beautiful, beautiful sound. Am I a fan of EVs? Mike, no, I'm not a fan of any of the EVs. I do like some of the hybrid cars, but no, I'm not. I'm not so much a Tesla guy or anything. Never. My dad's big on EVs. He loves them. Oh, you had the V8. Nicely, nice. Yeah, see, man, we don't have that in New Zealand. I'm jealous of you guys with the V8s and the big Raptors over in the States. Um, yeah, the Raptor I had was V6. Still sounded nice, but it was not like a nice V8 truck, you know. That's beautiful, man. V8 Raptor R. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is it okay to take shorts even if current session fair value is higher than previous session? Yes, Siddharth, it is okay. As long as you're scalping. If you're doing a counter trend trade, as long as you're scalping, it's normally no problem because you'll get them move up and down, no matter the trend. The thing is, if you're trading counter trend, you just want to be in and out. You don't want to be trying to hold that for too long because if you are, then you're trying to pick tops and bottoms. Better to just trade the little pullbacks instead of trying to pick the reversal. Camaro, truth hand to God, track spec drives like a Porsche. Hell yeah, man. Muscle cars are just so fun. Lee, 10 speed. 10 speed. I got the auto. To my car guys out there, I can't drive a stick. I can't drive manual. I never learned. I probably could. I've just never learned. So yeah, man. No trades yet. Hopefully soon. We're getting towards the end of the day. We've had nothing since I started the stream. 2:30 p.m. 2:30 p.m. was start of the stream. 2:42 technically. So nothing yet. Waiting to see if we pull back down to 774, 775. That would be my ideal trade. I'll be in and out. C rank trade. Yes, each their own, Mike. I know the acceleration on the EVs are crazy. That's insane, Mike. I just like the sound of a grunty engine, Mike. That's the one thing I'd miss if I was to drive an EV. I need that sound, the engine sound, the smell of the fuel, the carbon emissions. You know what I mean? Yes, Ivy Soft. Well, it's during power hour. So the last futures hour is 4 to 5, but the volume cuts off at 4. This is a really slow grind this afternoon, man. That's why I cannot wait to trade the morning session with you guys on stream again. Very soon. I'll be moving very soon. We'll get some more high action streams. We've just been chatting shit this whole afternoon. That's okay, but come on, man. Give us a trade. Give me a trade. Am I live streaming Asia? We'll get some Asian ones in for sure, especially when I move to Australia, especially. Couple of double stream days. Let's get some polls going in the chat here while we're waiting. How are you sitting today? Green, red. How's everyone sitting today? Green, red. I saw in the chat for you guys. A lot of you guys are sitting green today, which is cool. Why do you short micros into your setups if it's a long setup, or go long on a micro if it's a short? Short micros into your setups if it's a long setup, or go long on a micro if it's a short. On a micro? Not sure I understand. Louis, yes. Louis, I haven't received an email from you. I don't know why you'd be in spam. I've got a few new emails now, but none from Louis. Let me search you up, Louis, in my email. Let me put that on my list. All right, come on. Let's see if we get that pullback down. We're close to MOC, real close. Red on mental, green on P&L. Fair. Haha, poker. It is not poker. This is good buzz. Kiwi kombucha, because I'm a hippie now. Oh, I get you, Jolly. Yeah, that is a trading approach that could be taken, but not an approach I wish to take. I'll take my setups over trading into where my setups are expected to happen, because although I could be right 90% of the time where this is coming towards for my setup, it's still not my setup. You know what I mean? So there's less of an edge in that trying to trade into my setups versus just waiting for my setup, which I know has some a huge amount of data behind it, because I've taken so many bloody trades now with my strategy that I know that I'm winning on average over 70% of the time. Whereas if I start trying to trade the direction of price into my setup area, even if I'm right a lot of the time about where that's going, I don't know the edge on that. Louis Silver 21 at hotmail.com. Okay. Let me check after the stream, Louis. I've got a bunch of people I need to respond to. I'm slack with the email. Anyone, especially Mr. Brad, if you're here, anyone knows I'm slack with messages, with email. All I do on my phone is respond to my school community and respond to my wife, my little brother, my mother, or my dad. And other than that, I'm so bad with responding on my phone. So bad. And with emails. I have a problem with Apex. I am trying to change my address for the past 2 weeks and they haven't done anything yet. Can I still request a payout? Yeah, man. Gabriel, you should absolutely be able to request a payout still. Absolutely. Nice, man. 71% green, 29% red. That is not shocking. Not terrible. Nice, Travis. Check it out. Travis, yesterday inside the school group, I sneakily dropped the first module of the psychology course as well. So that's starting to be uploaded. Today I'll be adding the D-shape module, D-shape profile add-on to the school group as well. So a lot of people have been waiting for that. But yeah, the psychology course and the extra profile shape module will be being added today for all school group members. Yes, and Gabriel, I don't know how to say your name, man. Puyu Gabriel? Yeah, I will not forget about you. I've got it written down. Adeline about it, responding to wife equals ex-wife. Correct. That's why I always respond immediately. Always. All right, come on. We might be pulling down here. 775. 2 minutes to MOC. Real close. Real close. Okay. No trades yet today, CD trades. Been no action today until hopefully pretty shortly. What is the school group? The school group is in the last module. Kevin, if you scroll down to the last module of the course, the school group invite is in there. Let's see if we get a pullback down to 775-ish is where I'm looking to get in. MOC in 1 minute. Alicia, MOC is the last 10 minutes of the RTH session. A big injection of volume happens as institutions and algos, etc., wrap up their positions and get things all balanced and settled before the close of the main volume session. So you get a lot of the last 10 minutes is always high action, always. MOC, it's a market event. Happens every day at 3:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Market on close is what it stands for. Yeah, if we dip down to 775, this is purely a C-rank trade. There's only one confluence, so I'm taking it with lower risk, and I'm only going for 3 points. And there it is, and I'm looking to target 77875. Oops, I've used the wrong. Oops, oh shit, I've used the wrong bracket. Hold on a second. I'm still in the trade. I've used the wrong bracket. Okay, I'm in. You can see on the DOM where I'm in. Let me adjust these so it's correcto. I want this. Where did I get filled? 774. 774. I am in a trade, boys and girls. C-rank trade. And looking to take this back up, testing that value area, testing that volume cluster from the rest of the session. And I'm in 3 contracts, and I want to, hold on a second. There we are. 779. There we are. For some reason I'm not signed into Trading View today, so you can only see it on my DOM, but there's the trade. I'm in. Stop loss is down here. Oops. Oh, no. Shit, man. Stupid brackets. There we are. There we go. I'm in. Filled 77475. Stop loss is at 76975. And let's go. C-rank trade. Only one confluence. So less risk on this trade. And looking to trade back towards POC off this cluster of volume here. The edge of volume right across here. Dude, I have my brackets on too. Got to remember to turn off brackets when I'm trying to get into trades because I need that space to push them around. There we are. Boom, there we are. That's all in. So, yep, stop 76975. Take profits 77975. Let's see if we get that push back towards POC. For end of day, we have 8 minutes till the close off of the session. So if it runs into 4 o'clock and it's still open, I'll close it off. Otherwise, with the MOC, should get some sort of push. Can you provide context on this trade? Just came back to the stream. Yes, Jack T. It's purely a C-rank trade. So it's trading off the edge of volume here. So see how we were trading up at this value area. We built some pockets of value up at the highs, put in a new POC. as soon as you trade back down to previous value, which is the shelf over here, it's not a single high volume node, but it's the edge of this big cluster of volume here. Looking to trade the edge of that value as a support level. We're getting a bit of a bounce here now. And I'm targeting back towards POC. So it's a node to node trade, C ranked. And all you've got to see is if we get some push from the buyers at this point. Little bit of a push. Want to carry that back to POC would be the trade I'm looking for. Let's go. And I have 6 minutes to get filled on this. Don't like to trade into the close. So if we go over 4 p.m., I'll close it out. Whatever it's at, profit or loss, we'll close it out. But it should be good. It's not a huge ask here. 5 points. And again, my usual rules apply. As soon as it pushes up to 778, my stop comes to break even. So if we can push 778, up comes the stop. It's tapped to the lower end of that high volume node where POC is. Little reaction from sellers on that tap. But let's see if this holds here. Not so bad so far. It's holding at the support level just below, 774, 775. Five minutes to go. Let's go. Give it to me, yes. Come on. Come on, come on. Does my stop loss automatically shift to break even at 75%? Not automatically, but that's my own personal rule. So if we were to hit that, 3/4 of the way to my trade, I pull that right up based on my own backtesting data. That saves me from unnecessary losses and secures my profits. So let's see. Come on. Give me a push. Give your boy a push. 3 minutes till close. Do I still use Bookmap? Yes, I have Bookmap open right here on my screen, but I don't use it to make trading decisions. I like to use it to watch and see where liquidity is sitting in the market in case there's anything out of the ordinary that might be useful to know, but it doesn't inform my usual trading decisions. Come on, bulls. Yeah, I know the one you mean. It's looking like she wants to tap the PM as an opening range. That works 100% of the time. Can I trade Apex evals after 4 p.m.? I believe so. I believe with Apex, you just have to be flat by 5 p.m. or 4:59. Same with TPT. 2 minutes, man. Come on, give me that push. I want to be out by 4. Give me that push. Push it. Push it. How's the DOM on Bookmap? Have you ever used? Yes, the Bookmap DOM's really good. I used to trade off that when I first got into order flow trading. I used to trade off the Bookmap DOM. They call it the Super DOM. It's a really nice DOM. The best DOM that I've ever used though is Jigsaw Trading. It's old, but it's so smooth. It's good. Jigsaw's DOM is easily the best. Looks like it's straight out of the 90s, but it's really good. Trump is speaking. You kidding me? Man, that's the thing about these bloody Trump markets. He could be speaking at any bloody time, and the market's going to do crazy things around it. It's all right. I'm okay with this trade regardless. But Trump markets it's a wild thing, man. 'Tis a wild thing. Okay, 1 minute to go. See if we get that last push. Give me that 1 minute push. If Trump's speaking, that's just going to be wild. Okay, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to exit out of this at break even if it's 4 p.m. right now. Give me a break even and I'm out. Out at break even. It's 4 p.m. Trump speaking. Not going to mess with the BS on that. Sensible trading, boys and girls. There we are. Break even. Boom. Close. Unfortunately didn't get the push we wanted for that last 10 minutes. It may still run up right now, but you don't want to be gambling into Trump speaking over 4 p.m. You don't want to be gambling into that. Nice little push from the buyers on that. It didn't quite go all the way to target. 3 points, yes. I was trying to get 5 points in total. So, yeah, man. Better safe than sorry when Trump's speaking. That's my thoughts. And this is a funded account, so we're not trying to risk any, not trying to be silly and just try and gamble that. This is on my take profit traded funded accounts, real money. So, is what it is, man. It's sensible trading. Out at break even. Can't complain. Annoyed that we sat here this whole afternoon for nothing, but hey, we had some good chit chats, right? Like the stream if you enjoyed just hanging out here, enjoyed watching the stream, learned anything, enjoyed hanging out. Please thumbs up the stream. It helps the algorithm, helps Cammy Capital build his brand. And don't you want to do that? And build our community here on the live streams. So that's that. I'll be here on Monday. I don't trade Friday on stream. Sometimes I'll trade off stream on a Friday, but for the most part, I take Fridays off. No technical reason for that, just my own personal choice. I chose to begin trading for freedom, not to give me a 9 to 5 or a desk job Monday to Friday. So Fridays I typically just take the day off. So no stream for me tomorrow. However, I'll be back on Monday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. Same. And we'll do this all again. So good to see everybody. If you want to get funded with Take Profit Trader, link is pinned in the chat. Code CAMCAP, CAMCAP, will give you the best discount there, 40% off, and waive your activation fee for life. The course is in the chat, cammycapital.com. You want to learn volume profile trading from A to Z, how I approach the markets, what my strategy is, how to find setups, auction market theory, and also have the option to add on the course there for a discounted price. That is available in the chat, cammycapital.com. That will be changing and increasing on Sunday. So it's the last few days to get that locked in. Sunday, I'm going to be wrapping that up, the lifetime thing up, closing it off, and putting it all into the school group for the $147 per month instead of one-off. So that's going to be changing. We're slowing down the sign-ups, increasing the price, and rolling it into one. So last chance to get that at the current price locked in for life. So that's cammycapital.com. And lastly, Apex is 80% off. Don't grab Apex full price. Only grab it 80% off. They are 80% off again. Code CAMCAP, CAMCAP will give you 80% off as well. I'll